a story that I rarely tell, and I really don't like to tell it, but I'm going to tell it tonight. Woo! The theme is just that, perseverance. In 1998, I had just turned blank blank. And I was what you consider a high-powered corporate travel agent working on Wall Street at JP Morgan for American Express. I was producing my own show at the Brooklyn Community Access Television Station, and I was so excited about that. Finally doing what I wanted to do. My children were old enough to get themselves together and go to school on their own, so I was doing my thing. One night, my husband and I decided to go to the movies, and it seems like a lot of things happen to me going to the movies. But we went to the movies, and as we were coming home, a yellow taxi driver knocked me out of the left turn that I was making and hit me directly on my side. That wasn't too fun, and that started the whole cycle. I was going to go back to work 4 months later, and we decided we'd take a little trip to Atlantic City, because I was living in Brooklyn still, in New York at that time. And as we were going to Atlantic City, I was not the driver. I was in the back seat. I was the driver the first time. I was in the back seat, and we were going on the expressway on the on-ramp. And the lady that was driving went on to the wrong on-ramp, and my husband and my husband's friend did what they should not have done and said, no, no. And she braked, and whoever was coming on behind us slammed into the back of us and hit us. And I took the brunt of the impact on that one. Now, some of you see me walk with a cane, and so that's the beginning of the cane story. My back was injured. I was injured, went to the hospital in ambulance, all of that good stuff. I couldn't go back to work. I couldn't do that subway walk. I couldn't do that going down the subway, up the stairs, down the stairs, and ride the train, rickety-rackety. So I continued on pushing ahead. I wanted to do something. I'm not the type of person to just sit around and not do anything. I wanted to do something. I wanted to live. So I prayed. I kept saying, God, let me do something that I don't need any money to do, that I can do, that I know how to do, that I have skills to do. So I pulled out my sewing machine. And I started making little sachets with lavender stuffed in them and little baskets with incense. And I found this place that I could get baskets from, that the baskets were made out of tree bark. And I started trying to sell those baskets, and I did pretty good with that. And I just kept pushing on. Well, 9 years passed, and this was not enough for me. I wanted to do more. I wanted to get back to doing my thing that I wanted to do, which is, have my theater thing going. So I decided I'm going to leave my husband. Not leaving. But I'm going to leave him in Brooklyn, and I'm going to come back home to Indianapolis, where I know I can drive, and I can get into a parking space, and I can get me a job. So I packed up my things. He didn't think I was going to do it. I told him, listen, you apply for Chase in Indianapolis. You've been with Chase 30 some odd years. You apply for Chase in Indianapolis. And he tried, but I left. I drove to Indianapolis. I sure did. And I got me a job. I got me a job at the Indianapolis Star selling newspaper subscriptions. And I never felt so proud as when I walked down the aisle to go sell those subscriptions to nice people in Indianapolis who weren't even mean to hang up on me on the phone. To say no, and please take me off your list. And I just kept pressing on and pressing on and pressing on. I got a job as a substitute teacher. They hired me as the building sub. Then I got a job at ITT, Technical Institute. Okay, well, I come home. Oh, Lord be, I got a minute left. I tried to come home from work one night from ITT Technical Institute. As I'm getting to 116th and Meridian Street, a woman runs a red light. Totals my car with me in it. Shatters all the windows. They had to pry me out with the jaws of life. Okay? And I kept pressing on. Well, didn't break any bones. God was with me. And I just kept pressing on. I didn't give up. Somebody tried to kill my son in New York, so I had to move back to New York. Another 10 years passed. Finally, Finally, this man retires after 39 years in Chase. And I said, we're going to Indianapolis. And we did. And we came. And I was able to find my community here. Storytelling arts. I was able to develop my own business being a historical interpreter. I got hired by the Indiana Historical Society to play Madam C.J. Walker. Everything fell into place. And I'm still pressing on and persevering.
All right.